So I think it's our duty as producers, man, to that dude and just make stuff. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy, TouchTone the Sound Guy, back with another video. Y'all know how I get down. Thanks for clicking the link. Give me some. So this video to me, I felt like I had to make it. Because I get a lot of DMs and a lot of messages, especially like on Instagram and Twitter, of producers, most of them younger producers. A lot of them are also older producers asking me like, what am I doing to get my music out there? How am I getting my streaming numbers so high? Like, am I selling beats? You know, how am I gaining followers? Things of that nature. So I made this video because I deemed it important, because there's no trick. I just want to get that out of the way. There is no trick. The only trick that there is hard work. And I can't explain that enough. I can't get that out enough, because like I'll answer some of the producers, I'll try to answer them back, and I feel like they're not satisfied with what I'm telling them, or like I'm trying to mislead them, or I'm not giving them the sauce. Like, I promise I'm giving you guys the sauce. So I wanted to make a video about it because it's important. I don't know how I'm gonna title this yet, but to me, I think this is like the top 5 things that I feel producers should know before getting in a producing game, while producing, wherever you are. I think these 5 things will help you get further and understand where you are realistically. I think this is more of a realistic approach. To me, that's the only way to do it. Quit lying to yourself. You are setting yourself up for failure. If you're buying fake followers, fake views, like, that's horrible, man. Cut it out. I just want to get into this video, so let's do that. But before we do, please, I'm a smaller channel trying to grow my YouTube following. If you could smash that like button, share this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, man. I'm just trying to help as many people as I can, producers, engineers. We're all in this together. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing to me that I deem the most important is your mindset. Now, I know there's a ton of books out there, positivity books and mindset books and 4-hour work week and all that stuff. And I think there's a ton of information out there to where you can go to help you get to this point. But as a producer, man, and trying to be heard in this climate, which is super competitive, don't get it twisted. I know a lot of people say, well, all you gotta do is stand out. That's cool, man, but what they neglect to tell you is that you gotta have the mindset to stand out, which is not an easy thing. Let's get that out the way. It is not an easy thing, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But that's all right, because we're producers, we're engineers, we're built for this. Honestly, we're really built for this. As a producer and as an engineer, your mindset has got to be the one of resiliency, to where you do not put yourself into a box. It's okay to listen to other people's opinions, who you deem closer to you, who you feel like if they give you criticism, that they're actually trying to help you and not bring you down. But your mindset has got to be super resilient, because it's easy to get on Instagram and it's easy to get on TikTok or whatever and start comparing yourself to other producers and engineers, or even artists that are further along than you, and you might have been doing it for a while, and you're like, well, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And it sucks to even think like that. You cannot compare yourself. I think comparison is the thief of joy. You could be having a good day and you get on there and it totally just fucks your shit up, man. And that sucks. So that's one thing. Like, if you're going to be able to get on Instagram and do these other things, that's cool. That's all fine and dandy. But make sure that you're resilient enough to withstand that kind of shit. Because there's been plenty of times, like in the past, I've gotten on there and it's other producers that I've seen, that I follow and support. And I've seen them like buy some new gear or something, and it necessarily didn't fuck with me, but I'm like, damn, bro, like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? And then that kind of takes you into this mood to where you don't want to be in. So to me, mindset is highly important, like highly important. And if you don't get a hold of your mindset, someone else will. Think about that. It's just like, if you cannot focus and do the things you need to do, you will work a normal job for the rest of your life because someone else will make you focus and make you do the things you need to do. That's fucking powerful once you understand that. So be the master of your own mind, get your mindset right, and go crush that shit. Yeah. I didn't mean to do what the fuck ever, but I don't know. I kind of got caught up in a moment. Go team. So the second thing is what I think that, I don't know, a lot of producers that's been doing it for a while, like myself, benefit from, and that's patience. Man, patience is one of the most underrated character-rich values of any profession, in my opinion, especially music. Whether you're an artist, engineer, or producer, you gotta be patient. Once again, get a lot of DMs, get a lot of messages, and they're not straightforward questions. You can tell what someone else is trying to get at. They want something fast. Yo, I need to do this. And how'd you do this? How'd you do that? Well, the simple answer is I worked my fucking ass off to get there. I grinded, and I'm still grinding. Like, the internet will, look, no one's really posting their failures. Let's get that shit out of the way, like the Flexigram. No one's really doing that. So all you see is wins. It ain't like that, Chief, like at all. I win, but not all the time. I actually, in my opinion, I fail a lot. I have failed a lot. And it's not going to be the last time I fail. But that's okay because you can learn from it. And from your failures, you learn lessons and you learn how to have patience. Like, think about it. How many times have you forced something just because you wanted to get it right then and there? You wanted to rush. And then once you got it, it wasn't what you expected, right? Or it didn't turn out like the way that you thought it was, or it just got trashed and fucked up altogether. Versus something that you nurtured, something that you've seen every step of the way, you grew brick by brick, and then the end result was like, this is a masterpiece. And I feel like a lot of producers don't do that. Just not with their career, but with their music also. A lot of producers are trying to take shortcuts, man. Like, they're trying to skip out on doing melodies, getting good at melodies. They want to use loop packs. There's nothing wrong with using loop packs. There's nothing wrong with using samples. Hell, I do it. But best believe I can get on these keys and do what the fuck I need to do. Or I can go on my piano roll and do what I need to do. Like, there's a lot of producers that can't do that, man. A lot of engineers that use like these presets from Ozone, like, you know, you gotta get really good at what you want to do, because there's going to be situations to where all of that you're accustomed to having, you ain't gonna have, but you're gonna be expected to perform, and then your name, your brand is riding on it. So all I'm really saying is just be patient, man. Things take time, especially something that is monumental and life-changing. Like, if it was that easy, once again, everyone would have it. No one would be patient. So it's definitely worth being patient for, because the payoff can change not only your lives, but your family lives and everyone's lives around you, and open up so many doors and opportunities for you. So just be patient, baby. Okay, so the third thing I want to talk about, before we get there, listen, there's going to be a lot of these videos to where it's the top 5 this, top 5 that for producers, and they're all going to be different. So please take this, you know, as it fits you. I'm not going to reach everyone. I don't expect to reach everyone, but the person that does need to hear this, this is for you. It's going to reach you. So you can watch 10 of these videos and get 10 different top 5s. This is just mine, okay? Number 3. Number 3 to me is probably the most crucial for producers, most times engineers, but mainly for producers, and that is taking chances creatively. Now, we have gotten to a point, in my opinion, in music, we are stagnant. Like, as a whole industry, from pop to trap, lo-fi is cool, it takes chances, but there's a particular type of sound. No one is really taking chances, and if they are, they're not being heard, or they're not pushing their music, or you do what I do sometimes. You make something so different, you think people ain't gonna fuck with it right off rip, so you don't release it. And you want to sound like Metro Boomin or whoever the fuck it is you want to sound like, and then you end up making something like that. You're playing it safe. And to me, that's what's keeping music stagnant. Like back when I was around early in my days of production, it was, yo, who has a different sound? Who's creating that sound? Who's doing what with what? Now it's all, people using the same drums, same presets, for goodness, the same loops. Like, this is where we are right now. So I think it's our duty as producers, man, to fuck that shit, dude, and just make stuff. Like, make things. Who cares if it's not trap? Who cares if it's not West Coast? Like, make stuff that sounds good to you, because usually that's what pops off. I did that recently, and I didn't even think twice about it. I just put that shit out on TikTok and Spotify, and boom, it blew the fuck up. Like, it is, and it's not like the usual shit I'm trying to make beat sales or whatever. It was something that I liked, and it was my vibe. Now, like, my eyes have been recently open to that. That's why I want to share it with you, because, man, if I didn't do that, I'd be stuck in that same hamster wheel. Take chances creatively. Who gives a fuck what everyone else thinks? Sorry for cursing so much. Honestly, this is me, like my regular voice, my regular language that I use. I'm not trying to really be YouTube friendly, honestly. So, what the fuck ever. Okay, fourth on this list to me. I wish I would have did this earlier in my career more, but I didn't, and it's okay because I'm doing it now. And by the way, there is no time frame for these steps. Obviously, the earlier you do that shit, I think the earlier you get to where you're going, the earlier you'll see the results you want to see. But if you're 15 years deep like me and you're just now making these changes, there's no time limit, man. Who fucking cares? Like, as long as you make them, because you'll start to notice things changing for you in the way that you want them to very quickly. Very quickly. Like this next step, collaborations. Collaborating with just not other artists as a producer, but other producers. I know that's crazy, but our industry has evolved to that. Think about it. If you're trying to get a placement on your own, it's going to be a little tougher, right? It can happen. I've done it. But if you've collaborated with another producer and now you have two irons in the fire, and he's working equally as hard to get a place, because if he gets a place, then he gets paid. So do you. Collaboration is like the shit. I've learned a lot from other artists. We've exchanged ideas. They've learned from me. We've helped each other grow. Now, take that for what it's worth. You can't collab with everyone. Just make sure your business is correct. That's another thing. Make sure your business is correct on all fronts, and you should be good. Collaboration is beautiful, man. Make that shit happen. Let's go. Fifth thing on this list to me, which is what I'm doing now, which I've probably been doing for the past year, and I've noticed a tremendous difference, a monumental difference in my engagement online, with the customers that I'm getting, with the people that I'm dealing with now, and that is building your brand. But building your brand the correct way, without spamming people, right? Being genuine, being authentic, being different, making sure that your brand is you. That's where we are. Your brand is you. When I say Tesla, who do you think of? Elon Musk, right? When I say Amazon, who do you think of? Jeff Bezos, right? When I say Facebook, who do you think of? Mark Zuckerberg, right? The fucking cyborg, right? This is where we are now. Brands are personable. Social media has changed the game, in my opinion, for the better. What is your brand? My brand, I can tell you, like, I'm personable. Like, I don't try to hide from you guys. It's not a logo. I'm not hiding behind a logo. I used to, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm upfront. I'm talking to you guys. I'm making videos. We're having conversations. Like, look at the comments. We're having conversations in the comments. I'm being more personable, man. I'm making myself accessible. Everything I post is not about music. It's just like about life, because I'm a real human. I'm a real producer. By the way, I work 40 hours a week at another job. Like I get DMs and asking me like, how are you full-time production? The answer is, I'm not. I just work my ass off. Like I put myself on a schedule. I go to work. I come home. I say what's up to my family, get it in for a little bit, but then I'm in here until like morning time. Not until the birds are coming up, but I get a couple of hours of sleep a night. When I say couple, I mean a fucking couple too. I'm grindy, man. I want this. And your brand is a direct reflection of you. People can see when you're faking it. Let's say that again. People can see when you're faking it. They can see through the bullshit. It's just like a huge person that's like 600 pounds, right? Saying they work out every day. Right. You can't fake that shit. You can't fake fitness, and you can't fake this either. Like the cracks will show, man. People will call you out, and they're always gonna associate your brand with like being car salesman shit, being snaky, being like a fucking lawyer or dentist. Like no one wants to deal with you unless they have to. Like that is a bad way to do your brand. Just be authentic, man. Just be the right way, and do not spam. Because I know when people spam me, you immediately get put in a category, and you can like be on your shit later, but I'ma always remember that you spammed me. Because I don't know, it's just something about spamming, man. That shit got played out like 9 years ago, and people still doing that shit. Like it's fucking new. Stop that shit. But honestly, I know that was a little bit of rant. Work on your brand. That's highly important. Highly important. You want people to trust you, right? That you want people to see who you are. So when and if you ever have a product, they're not gonna think twice about it. They're gonna be comfortable with you, man, because you're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable being yourself. You're not on Flexigram smiling and shit, and then get off and be like, I hate myself. Like whatever, man. Like there's ups and downs in life. It's just not always ups. It's just not always peaks. There's valleys. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem showing you guys the valleys. Some people comment, like I'll say some shit that's not always positive, and man, the amount of support that I get from people makes me remember that I'm a person too. Just remember that. Build your brand. All right, so I'm gonna give you a bonus tip, man. This is number 6 because I really like this video for some reason. I don't know. I feel like just being myself, man. Like this is who I am. I feel like I'm just talking to y'all. So if you appreciate it, smash that like button, man. I just like chatting, you know, kicking it with y'all, man, chopping it up. So, but anyways, this last one, right? This is mainly for the producer community and honestly more for the engineers. Now, I do get a lot of questions about what plugins I use, what VSTs am I using, what gear am I using, quite a bit. But do I always use it? Hell fucking no. And it's crazy. I've spent a ton of money on things that I don't use, probably would never use again. Because there was at one point I felt like if I got this next thing it's gonna make me that much better. And honestly, the best thing you can do as a producer and engineer is know your gear. Know how to use it. Know how to use your plugins back and forth. Just try that shit. Try it on different things. Try it on drums, try it on vocals, try it on synths, pads, whatever you have. If it's hardware, if it's software, use that shit, man. Just try it. You know what I mean? Turn your speakers up. Know your speakers limit. Know your monitor's limits to how loud you can turn it up or how hard you can push the bass before it distorts or whatever. How to get the cleanest sound. Stand around in your room. Turn your music up. Stand around in your room. Find your sweet spot. You know what I mean? Find your bass heavy spots. Like when you start to know your shit, when you go to create, it's not like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? It literally comes down to, what do I want to do? When you are to that point, that is so fucking powerful because you have no chains holding you back. You have no chains of knowledge holding you down. You know your shit, and it's like, what do I want to do? Cool, I'm gonna do this. And you go do it, man, now you have developed a skill which people pay a lot of people for money for. Like, that is a skill, knowing your shit, man. The guy that starts everything finishes nothing. But that dude that starts that one thing and that thing only, he's a bad motherfucker. What is that one saying? Like, yo, you throw a punch, you throw punches and kicks 1,000 times, you be all right. But if you throw that one punch 1,000,000 times, you gonna fuck someone up. I know that's not how I go, but that's how that shit play out in my head. I don't want to run too long in this video, but I just wanted to chop it up with y'all, man. Like, I really like these kind of videos. If y'all want more videos like this, just let me know in the comments, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. By the way, my Spotify is going ape shit because of you guys, man. I see the amount of shares, I see the amount of love, the amount of plays. I'll put that shit somewhere over here right now. Go check out my playlist, man. I'm gonna be releasing more music on it, but for the time being, man, I appreciate the love. I really do, man. Y'all changing my life right now. Like, y'all changing my life. And this is always what I wanted, just to be heard. Because that's what we all want, really, as producers, engineers, even artists. We just want to be heard, man. We want our fucking respect. Like LeBron said, give my damn respect. But I know it's earned, man. So as long as I could keep helping you guys and earning your viewerships and earning your admiration and respect, that's all I care about, honestly. So my heart to yours, thank you. Let's keep this shit going. Let's roll. Appreciate y'all. Love you. God bless every last one of you motherfuckers. Peace.